Assalamu alaikum and welcome back to Pure Pathways. Today's Ramadan story will be a story of forgiveness. 9 years after the hijrah from Mecca to Medina, Muhammad ﷺ was preparing the Muslims for the Battle of Tabuk. The Prophet ﷺ was asking all of the inhabitants of Medina for monetary assistance to help them prepare for this battle. Everyone started approaching Rasulullah with whatever they could: gold, horses, camels, food. Unfortunately, some Sahaba were poor and they didn't have the financial capabilities to take part in this sadaqah. They were so heartbroken and their intentions were so sincere that Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala revealed an ayah about them in Surah At-Tawbah, describing how they turned away from the Prophet with tears flooding their eyes, upset that they could not offer the Prophet anything. One Sahabi who had been among this group of poor men went home after the incident and prayed to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala in solitude during the night. He said, "Oh Allah, I have nothing to give to the Prophet. My sadaqah will be to forgive everyone who has ever hurt me or my family. Please, Allah, accept this charity from me." The Prophet ﷺ was visited by Angel Jibreel that same night, and he was notified of this beautiful dua that was made with a sincere heart. The next day, when the people were gathered around the Prophet ﷺ, he asked them, "Who was the man who gave a great sadaqah last night?" But nobody raised their hand. Uthman ibn Affan had donated hundreds. Umar ibn Khattab had donated half of his wealth. Abu Bakr as-Siddiq had donated all of his wealth. And this Sahabi didn't think for a second that the Prophet ﷺ was referring to him, so he remained silent. The Prophet ﷺ asked for a second time, "Who is the man who gave a great sadaqah? Who is the man who gave his forgiveness?" That Sahabi now knew that the Prophet ﷺ was talking about him, so he raised his hand. And the Messenger ﷺ said, "Your sadaqah was accepted by your Lord and placed in the highest levels of Jannah." Look at the power of forgiveness. This small action that he did was reported from Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala down to Angel Jibreel, down to the Messenger ﷺ, and down to us. Ramadan is at our doorstep. We usually think about Ramadan as the month of the Quran and the month of fasting, but we forget that it's also the month of forgiveness. This is the month to forgive and to be forgiven. If we want Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala to forgive all of our mistakes and shortcomings, then we should do the same for others. Forgive those who spoke badly about you, who wronged you. Maybe they took something that belonged to you, or maybe they just made you feel bad. And it doesn't matter if that person deserves to be forgiven or not. That's between them and Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. You do it for Allah and only for Him. If our hearts are full of hatred, then there's no room for Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala in there. So make room. Don't destroy your Ramadan by holding on to grudges. It's just not worth it. The Prophet ﷺ once saw a man entering into his gathering, and he said, "He is a man from Jannah." When that same man walked in a second time, the Prophet also repeated, "He is a man from Jannah." And then a third time, "He is a man from Jannah." It turns out his secret was, before going to bed every night, he forgave everyone in his heart. So let it go. Give everyone a clean slate. Live this Ramadan the way the Sahaba and the Prophet ﷺ taught us. Rasulullah ﷺ once said, "Ighfir tughfar," forgive to be forgiven. May Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala forgive us all and accept our Ramadan. I hope to see you again soon. Assalamu alaikum.